Dust. The actually visible but seems like it's invisible, at least until it builds up for a while, menace. Now you can't stop it, but you can keep it at bay. And no, you don't need to spend all your time cleaning to do it. We have robots for that. The Roborock S6 is currently the top of the company's S-Series line, with extra smarts, more sensors, and tons of features. But is it worth the extra cash it'll cost you? Let's find out. The vacuum and the charging dock are the largest items inside the box, but they're far from all that is included. You'll also get the power cable for the dock, a mopping attachment that we'll look at later, and the manual. When it comes to accessories, yeah, there are a lot of them. One reusable mop cloth is included, along with several disposable mop cloths and a plate for use with them. You'll also get a damp-proof mat to place under the dock for if you're using it on hardwood flooring. Finally, you get a replacement air filter and water filter. The S6 is lighter than the S4 we reviewed earlier this year, but that doesn't mean it's any flimsier. In fact, it seems pretty tough. Yeah, you don't want to kick it down the stairs, but it feels like it could take a few knocks without running into any issues. This applies to both the body as well as the undercarriage and various moving parts. The 14 sensors used in the vacuum include a cliff sensor to keep it from tumbling down the stairs, but the vacuum feels like a drop or two won't kill it. The overall design and aesthetic is similar to the S4 and S5, though this does have a few different touches. First, the white finish is striking, especially when paired with the orange-red sensor array on top of the vacuum. The downside is that because of the white finish, any dust that gets kicked up during cleaning is going to show more, so you might have to clean your thing that you use to clean things. Fortunately, it's also available in black. When I reviewed the Roborock S4, I noted that it was a little strange that the manual mentioned Roborock parent company Xiaomi's Mi Home app instead of the actual Roborock app. That's the case here too. You could use the Mi Home app, but the Roborock app gives you access to more advanced features as well as control from multiple devices. While you could technically use the vacuum without using an app at all, you're missing out on a lot of functionality that way. To get started, you reset the Wi-Fi on the Roborock S6, then choose the wireless network you wish it to connect with in the Roborock app. Then all you need to do is connect the app to the Roborock S6's internal Wi-Fi, transfer your settings over, and you're good to go. Once the vacuum is set up, you'll see it on the main screen of the Roborock app when you log in. The easiest way to get started using the vacuum is to just log into the app if you haven't already, select the vacuum, and hit the giant clean button at the bottom of the screen. The vacuum takes it from there. That's not all the app does though. It also helps you maintain your vacuum. You get a handy overview of the air filter, side brush, main brush, sensors, and the water tank filters. This keeps you from having to guess when things need cleaning or filters need to be changed. You can choose from 4 cleaning modes: silent, turbo, max, and balanced. These let you opt for a more powerful clean or a less disruptive one. Finally, there are a few options here that you might want to enable. Carpet mode, for example, is turned off by default, but turn it on and the vacuum will automatically increase suction when it detects carpet. A lot of the appeal of Roborock's vacuums is how smart they are. In the case of the S6, this actually increases performance too. Thanks to an updated processor, this vacuum can clean more and for longer using the same battery that's packed into the other vacuums the company makes. When I first started the vacuum, it navigated its way around the walls of the room, cleaning as it went. After it had mapped these out, it zigzagged its way across the carpet, much as you would if you were vacuuming your own home. Using map saving mode, which is still in beta but works pretty well, you can edit maps once the vacuum has saved them. This lets you create virtual no-go zones. You can use these to keep the vacuum from roaming too far away, or for staying away from anything either fragile or easily knocked over. One other noticeable upgrade from the S4 is that the S6 seems to have an easier time finding and settling into its dock. With the S4, I had to prop up the back of the dock so it could make its way in and charge properly. With the S6, that hasn't been the case. Every time it returns to its dock, it starts charging with no problem. Suction power is the same across Roborock's S-Series vacuums, and that's good because they all work pretty well. Roborock advertises that it can lift up AA batteries, but I decided to put it to a more real-world kind of test. I recently adopted 3 kittens who are quickly growing. They're house-trained, but they tend to track litter around in the area of the litter box, which just happens to be near my office. This means that a not insignificant amount of litter makes its way onto the 2 area rugs in my office. The Roborock S6 did a great job cleaning up, which makes my life a whole lot easier. This was also a great way to test the sensors. As you can see, the cats were fascinated by the vacuum and surrounded it while it did its work. Instead of blindly charging at them, the vacuum would slow down noticeably as it approached them, which makes me feel a whole lot better about letting it do its job without any sort of supervision. When it comes to spills or other messes, you don't need to wait for the vacuum to make its rounds. You can either tell it right where to go via the app or simply pick it up, put it down in the vicinity of the area you want cleaned, and press the spot cleaning button. This cleans a roughly 16 square foot area around the vacuum, and after having used it for a while, that's handier than it sounds. While robot vacuums have gotten good to the point that you could at least theoretically use one for all your vacuuming needs, mopping hasn't quite got there. Probably the best way to use this for mopping is to clean your floor thoroughly at first, then use this to maintain it. This will keep dust from building up, and that works pretty well. It just isn't really good at cleaning messes. It's also not the easiest to use. You need to manually attach the mop to the vacuum, then tell the vacuum to do its work. Then, once it's finished its job, you need to remove the attachment again so it doesn't get in the way of vacuuming. That said, if you want to mop the kitchen while you're prepping dinner, this will help you save a little time. It may not look like it on paper, but the Roborock S6 is a noticeable upgrade from the S4 and the S5, thanks to its faster processor and buffed up sensors. It also looks pretty nice, which doesn't hurt. While the mopping function isn't the best, it's still handy to have, and as long as you can afford it, this is the model in the Roborock S series to go for. If you don't already have a robot vacuum, this is a pretty good argument for why you might want to think about changing that. Hey, this is a pretty cool vacuum, but do you want to know detailed specs and other good stuff? Then head over and read the article over at makeuseof.com. When you're done reading, you can even enter a giveaway to win a Roborock S6 for yourself. If you don't want to read, you can still enter the giveaway. Just head over to makeuseof.com/giveaways. When you get to the part about a video bonus question, you'll see what I mean. Enter top of the bots, all one word. Thanks to Roborock for supplying the review unit, and as always, thank you for watching.